Beyond the Gates Thursday spoilers January 22nd, the toxic ex syndrome and Hayley's desperation. What is going on? Beyond the Gates family, welcome back to the channel. We are breaking down the spoilers for Thursday, January 22nd. And let me tell you, my blood pressure is already spiking. The title of today's breakdown is Bill and Dani can't keep away from each other. And honestly, I am screaming, I am judging, but I am also watching. We have a lot to cover today. We're talking about the psychological unraveling of Dani, the sheer sloppiness of Hayley's con, Vanessa getting a reality check, and the mysterious next step for two couples. Are we ready? Let's open the gates. 1. The Dani and Bill situation. Trauma bonding or just plain messy? Let's start with the headline story because this is the train wreck we all saw coming. Yet we can't look away. The spoilers confirm that on Thursday, Dani leans on Bill and sparks fly. Now, let's contextualize this for a second. We need to talk about the psychology of Dani right now. This woman is not just having a bad week. She is having a life-altering existential crisis. Her mother is battling cancer. On top of that, Dani just found out she carries the BRCA gene. That is heavy. That is the kind of news that shakes your sense of mortality and femininity to its core. She is terrified. She is grieving the future she thought she had. And she is spiraling. And where is Andre? Where is her husband? The man who is supposed to be her rock? He's in New York. Listen, I get it. It's a photo shoot. The man has a career. But from a narrative standpoint, this is the classic convenient husband absence trope. The writers have physically removed Andre from the board to create a vacuum. And nature abhors a vacuum. Who rushes in to fill that space? Bill. The spoilers say Dani opens up to her ex and makes a surprising move. Now, let's debate this. Some of you in the comments have been saying, Dani is weak for this. But I want to offer a different perspective. I don't think this is just about lingering romantic feelings. I think this is about safety in the familiar. When you are scared of the future cancer, genetics, death, you retreat to the past. Bill represents a time in her life before this medical nightmare. He is a familiar comfort, toxic as he may be. However, the video preview for this week shows a kiss. The big question I have for you guys is, who initiates it? The text says she makes a surprising move. Does that mean Dani, in a moment of pure emotional vulnerability, plants one on Bill? If she does, that shifts the dynamic entirely. It stops being Bill preying on her vulnerability and starts being Dani self-sabotaging her marriage. My theory: I suspect Dani does initiate the kiss, driven by adrenaline and grief. But here is my hot take. I think she might regret it immediately, or, even more twisted, what if Bill stops it? Hear me out. Bill wants to win. If he takes advantage of her now, he looks like a predator. But if he plays the noble ex who supports her without crossing the line at first, he wins her trust completely. But knowing Bill, he's probably going to lean right into it. We also have to consider the long-term ramifications here. Dani believes her daughters are in the clear regarding the gene. The spoilers hint she may be wrong about that. If one of the girls does have the gene, Dani is going to need support. If Andre is emotionally distant or physically absent, and Bill is there playing super dad, Super X, we are looking at the destruction of the Dani Andre marriage. And frankly, I'm terrified for them. 2. Hayley feels cornered and why she's failing as a villain. Hayley is currently trapped in a prison of her own making. And honestly, it's getting a little embarrassing for her. She is super annoyed that her husband is obsessed with Dani. Let's pause. The irony here is delicious. Hayley stole Bill. She schemed to get him. And now she realizes that you can steal the man, but you can't steal his heart. She is watching Bill play knight in shining armor for his ex-wife, and it is driving her absolutely insane. But let's talk about her deadly plan. The herbal tea. Host rubs temples. Okay, Look, I love a good poisoning plot. It's classic soap opera heritage. That Hayley's execution. It's sloppy. The spoilers say the plan is going at a snail's pace and she has to force him to drink it because he hates the taste. Critical analysis. If you are going to poison someone, rule 1 is mask the flavor. Put some honey in it. Hayley, the fact that Bill is resisting the tea is a huge red flag. My prediction, Bill isn't stupid. He might not know it's poison, but his instincts are telling him something is off. If he stops drinking it, her plan falls apart. But the juicy part of Thursday's spoiler is that Hayley feels cornered. Who is cornering her? The text gives us 3 options, but let's break down the probabilities. Option A. Leslie. Leslie knows the con. She wants to team up. Leslie is annoying. But is she a threat? Not really. She just wants a cut of the pie. Option B. Lynette, her old friend. This would be more about exposure of her past identity. Option C. Tomas. This is my bet. Tomas is the wild card. We know he overheard that phone call to her cousin. Tomas is connected to the security police world in the show's ecosystem. If Tomas corners her, the stakes are life or death. My hypothesis. I think Tomas confronts her about the phone call. And here is where I think Hayley might make a fatal error. She is already on edge because of Bill and Dani. Will she try to seduce him to keep him quiet? Or will she have to take care of Tomas like she's trying to take care of Bill? Hayley is a cornered animal right now, and cornered animals bite. But I have to say, her focus is split. She's too worried about Dani when she should be worried about the fact that her murder plot is failing. She's losing control, folks. 3. Vanessa in the danger zone and the Joey Armstrong factor. Now, let's talk about Vanessa. Poor Vanessa. She finally thought she was getting her life somewhat on track, basking in the glow of being Joey Armstrong's significant other, and now the past is coming to collect. We recall that phone call from the angry husband of a heart-attached client. He was furious. He sounded unhinged. The spoilers confirm. Vanessa is accosted. A threatening presence surfaces. Vanessa has spent so long playing the role of the cool, collected madam. She's the one who arranges things. She's the one in control. Being physically accosted puts her in a position of powerlessness that we haven't seen often. It strips away her armor. But here is the angle I am most excited about. The Joey factor. The spoiler writer makes a great point. This attacker is making a big mistake because they don't know who Vanessa's boyfriend is. Let's be real, Joey Armstrong is not a man you mess with. We've seen his charm, but we also know he has a dark, manipulative side. He has power. He has connections. My prediction. I don't think Vanessa is going to be the one to take this guy down. I think this event is a plot device to activate Dark Joey. Imagine this. Vanessa gets hurt or threatened. She tells Joey. Joey doesn't call the police. Joey calls someone else. This could be the moment where Vanessa realizes that her boyfriend isn't just a wealthy socialite, but someone capable of extreme ruthlessness. Will she be grateful for his protection, or will she be terrified by how easily he disposes of the threat? This storyline is going to bridge the gap between romantic drama and crime thriller, and I'm here for it. 4. The connections. Joey, Elon, and the next step. Joey and Police Chief Elon. They are connecting again. Joey is giving Elon intel. Connecting this to the previous segment, does this involve the guy threatening Vanessa? Or, more likely, is this about Leslie? Joey was collecting blackmail material on Leslie. If he hands that over to the chief of police, Leslie is cooked. But why give it to Elon, unless Elon is corrupt? Theory. Joey uses Elon to clean up his messes. If Joey gives Elon info, he's buying a favor. What favor does he need? Maybe protection for Vanessa, or maybe immunity for himself. The web of corruption in this town runs deep, and Joey is the spider in the center. The two couples tease. The spoilers end with a cryptic note. Do couples take the next step in their relationships by the end of the night? And then the writer adds, one of those couples better not be Bill and Dani. Let's speculate. Who takes the next step? Possibility 1. Bill and Dani. The next step here would be sleeping together. If they do this, there is no going back. It's adultery. It's betrayal. It's the nuclear option. Given the Sparks Fly headline, I'm 80% sure this is happening, and I am dreading it. Possibility 2. Nicole and whoever she is vibing with. We need some happiness on this show. Maybe a light-hearted hookup. Possibility 3. Joey and Vanessa. Could the next step be him asking her to move in? If this happens right after she gets attacked, it makes sense. You're not safe there. Come live at my fortress. This accelerates their relationship, but under traumatic pretenses. My firm stance. If Bill and Dani sleep together on Thursday, I need us all to convene in the comments section immediately, because that is not just a mistake. That is a character assassination of the Dani we knew. But trauma does strange things to people. As a commentator, I have to say it makes for incredible TV, even if it breaks our hearts. Final thoughts and the verdict. So, looking at the board for January 22nd, here's the vibe. Desperation. Dani is desperate for comfort. Hayley is desperate to remove obstacles. Vanessa is desperate for safety. The writers are tightening the screws on every single female lead this week. And the men, they're either absent Andre, manipulative Bill, or potentially dangerous saviors Joey. I want to know what you think. The big question of the day. Do you think Dani is fully responsible for her actions with Bill? Or do you give her a trauma pass because of the cancer scare? Also, on a scale of 1 to 10, how badly is Hayley's tea plan going to backfire? I'm giving it a solid 9. Don't forget to like this video if you appreciate the deep dive analysis. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing you these theories. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the fallout from Thursday's episode.